whatever solution we are getting, it has minimum one parameter, as the number of parameter in the solution of system Ax equal to 0 depends on the nullity of the matrix. As the system has minimum one parameter, by taking different values of these parameters, we get definitely infinitely many solutions to the system, and so assuring a non-trivial solution as well. So we can see that this was a very simple or straightforward application, but with the help of rank nullity theorem, how it can be proved. Okay, next one, let us talk about a linear transformation T from R3 to R3, and it is defined as the orthogonal projection on xy plane. We have to prove here that the range of this transformation will be entire xy plane. Now if we try to visualize this particular transformation, we can say that every vector or every point in R3 will be definitely projected on xy plane, and it is dropped exactly on xy plane from the vertical direction or perpendicular direction to xy plane. So all the point finally will go to xy plane. So definitely by visualization, to some extent we are able to understand that image can be R2, or it is nothing but xy plane. So but let us try to see that all the time visualization does not give a what we can say, we cannot say it as just proof for like on paper proof like that. So we are trying to prove this whatever visualization we are having, that we are trying to put on paper, and we can see that in that one also the rank nullity theorem is playing a very important role, and it is making it very easy to prove this statement. Now the orthogonal projection on xy plane can be defined as T of xyz equal to xy0, as every point or every vector xyz is dropped on xy plane, the z coordinate of the vector is becoming 0 as a result of image. Okay, the kernel of this linear transformation T is a set of all vectors xyz that will be mapped to the 0 vector. Now if we again visualize, we can understand clearly that all the vectors on the z-axis, if they are dropped or projected vertically, they will be transformed to the 0 vector. And the same thing we can see from this particular slide also, that if we take T of xyz equal to 0, then it gives xy0 equal to 0, and comparing the two vectors we find that x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. So we can say from here that we are getting for xyz vector, if it is transformed to the 0 vector, the x and y coordinate has to be 0 and z can be any component, and so this is describing all the points on the z-axis. So from here we can say that the kernel of this linear transformation is consisting of all the points or all the vectors on z-axis, and which is nothing but the subspace of R3 of dimension 1, and kernel dimension, that is nothing but the nullity of the linear transformation. So we conclude from here that nullity of the linear transformation is 1. Now also T is transforming all the points or all the vectors in R3 into xy plane. So all the images are being a part of xy plane or R2. We can say that the range of this linear transformation has to be a part of xy plane, or range being subspace, we can say that range of the linear transformation will be some subspace of xy plane. But being range is subspace, so we can say its maximum dimension can be 2, as it is subspace of xy plane. Now we will try to show using the rank nullity theorem that the dimension has to be exactly 2 for the range of linear transformation. Rather, it cannot be less than 2. So by rank nullity theorem, we observe that rank of linear transformation T is 3 minus nullity of T, and nullity of T we have earlier seen to be 1. So range is a subspace of xy plane with dimension 2, and so we conclude that subspace has to be the xy plane itself. So we can see that the range of this particular transformation is entire xy plane. Next application we take. For that we are considering a finite dimensional vector space V, and T is a linear transformation from V to V with the assumption that dimension of the vector space is n. Okay, this particular transformation has a special property, that is the kernel, which is a subspace of domain space, and the range, which is the subspace of codomain space, they are same. And it is possible because we are taking an operator or linear transformation from V to V. Question is, in this case, what can be said about the rank of the linear transformation T square, where T square is nothing but the composition transformation TOT. Now, as T is a linear transformation from V to V, we can say that T square or TOT, that will be also a transformation from V to V. Now very first again we would like to focus on the nullity of the linear transformation T square. So we would like to prove that for any vector V in the domain space, image of the vector under the transformation T square is 0. So for that we are taking any random vector V in the domain space, then T of V being the image vector, it will be in the image set for the transformation T, or it will be, we can say, in range of linear transformation T. But we have range of the linear transformation is same as the kernel of the linear transformation, and so T of V, which is in range, that will be again in the kernel of the linear transformation. So we conclude that image of T of V, that has to be 0, being in kernel, and so we can say that T of V, that has to be 0, and that means T square V is 0. Again, as we have started with a random vector in V, and we are able to prove that T square is V, we can conclude that all the vectors in the domain space V have image 0 under the transformation T square. Okay, and therefore all the points in the domain, or all the vectors in the domain space V, are belonging to the kernel of the linear transformation. So we can say that kernel of the linear transformation T square is the full domain space V. Now as the dimension of V is n, we conclude that nullity of T square is nothing but n. Now by rank nullity theorem, again we can say that rank of the linear transformation T square, that is the dimension of domain space minus nullity of the linear transformation. So that gives you n minus n, which is 0. So finally, with the help of rank nullity theorem, we are able to see that rank of this linear transformation T square is 0. Now I would like to tell that whatever results or applications we have taken, we can see that they are all simple applications, and it may be somehow all the time it may not be so straightforward or simple to prove this application, but with the help of rank nullity theorem we are able to see that we could prove them so easily and in a simple short ways. So that's all about some applications of rank nullity theorem. Thank you.
Sandhan, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.